Hi and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, finally, we will modify something on the Jeep, which I was waiting for a long time. It will be this time, hopefully working. So I did one attempt already with a different product. I'm talking about headlights. LED headlights for the Jeep Wrangler. Specifically, DKMGHT. I'm not sure how you pronounce this brand, but those ones I want to install today. I had already one attempt a couple months back with a different brand, installed it, made a huge big video out of it, and at the end it fell apart. Parts inside of the headlights just broke off, some plastic pieces, so that was really not a good try. So this time I'm trying another brand. I hope it will work out. If you want to change your headlights as well, this should give you a step-by-step instruction how it works in general, but also specifically to this brand. Let's see how it works. I'll show you what's in the box and maybe what tools you might need, and along the way we'll figure out if we need more. It just comes in a plain box, which I was surprised. It's just packed like this. Quite interesting. The headlight itself, I wanted to have it as close as possible to the factory. The LED headlights, so I feel like they did a great job. They're massive. And I think what it looks like, you can adjust also the angles. I hope that's true. We'll figure that out and test it out. I have no idea if I'm right. If it is, it would be awesome. So it should be mainly plug and play, but if you want to use the amber blinker as well as the daytime running light, you need to wire it up. I'll show you how. That's all what is sent with it. So I'm gonna leave the cover on just to protect it before we install it. Those wires will be for the daytime running light. They should connect to the fuse box. Then we have on the back of each headlight, we have not only the factory plug and play adapter, oh no, the wire actually. Also we have one which has another plug, which is for the daytime running light. And then we have a pure wire here, should be connected to the blinker. I'll prep the Jeep and then we'll go from there and I'll show you step by step how it works. So we'll be using a wrench socket, flathead screwdriver, a small one, and a pry tool. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in total of those clips. You might want to use one of those. Might work better for you, depends. Be careful, don't break them. First you want to pop them up and then you can pry them out. Keep all of them. Now you should be able to entirely pull it back. There's actually this one also holding in, so you want to push it up a little bit. Next, you want to pull it firmly back because there are clips down here connected to the entire frame. So let's see. Here we are. And I was talking about those clips. They hold it. That's all, we have it off. So now we have access to the headlights, which is great already. We'll start with one side. And the way how they hold in is with 1 bolt, 2 bolts, 3 bolts. We have to loosen them all and then we can take it out. Therefore we'll need a 10mm socket with an extension. That's for me. Ideally don't use power tools later to tighten it because they may destroy the plastic. I do not recommend using power tools. You can if you feel safe and secure, not for tightening, just for loosening. When you've done that, everything is loose, you should be able to just pull it out, like this. Make sure you're not losing your bolts. And also you can see they used blue Loctite, which we'll reuse as well. Disconnect this adapter here. There's a little nozzle here, you have to push in firmly and then pull it out. This one is the connector, this is what it looks like. It says left. Auto perspective from the driver, perfect. Let's do a quick fitting. Just want to see if it fits in here. Because it comes with this massive plug underneath. I do connect it already. Align all the nozzles here, back. Push it in here at all. That's the a lot of stuff that needs to go in there. Wow. Okay, let's quickly just start it up and see how it looks. It's still bright outside, but you can see it better. So it looks like it's working. Produces some heat, okay. Just to have an idea, factory. And that's the new ones. Nothing else connected. No daylight, running light so far. So let's get to that. Perfect. So we have this one in, but a lot of stuff to do. Have to twist a little bit. Okay. We have this little connector, and what are we doing now? We do loosen the other headlight, take it out, and then route the daytime running light through. Therefore, I'll loosen all the bolts first. Twist it around, try to unplug here the connector. This was a little easier. Interesting enough, so we do have, keep that in mind, we do have this adjustment here. I assume that's an adjustment, and we have the same or different location on the new headlights as well, so that's cool. So you should be able to adjust the angle. Awesome. So I'm using the wire to deliver it with it. So it's quick information. I have a Jeep Wrangler 2020 JL, and this one is the Unlimited Sport, which means it does not come with a daytime running light setting at all. I'll show you in a different video how you can change that if you want to. But for those ones, according to the manufacturer, we do only need a wire, and we'll tap into the fuse number 10, which is the ignition. As soon as you turn on ignition, there's also power for the daytime running light. So that's what we're doing. It does not come with the fuse extender, so I'll link it in the description below. So you are able to order that as well. So there's a bare wire on this one side, which goes to the fuse, and the other two are watertight seals, I guess. I hope so. Which go to the headlights. Let's do the basic routing. For the routing here on the battery side, I will hopefully go the way with the least resistance, which is below here. Okay, that's good. Always make sure you don't have sharp edges or anything. Cool, perfect. All right, I'm going from here. That's the headlight. Route it through here, underneath here. That's the black wire here. Then I'll pull it in as much as I can and need to, because we have the other side. And that needs to pop out here. There we go. Now let's go to the front of the car. And again here, and we need to route from this side the wire all the way over here to get to the other side of the headlight. All right, what we will do, let's see, we'll go underneath here. There's a wire already. We try to connect it to it. Actually we'll do it easier even. We go underneath here, because those little brackets will just hold in for this rubber on top, so they will not squish anything in here, which is great. Tuck it in here, so it's even better protected. But then we avoid getting in touch with the radiator and squeezing it in there. It means some kind of this. Don't forget to use some heat shield tape or whatever you have later there. And then we need to make sure we get in here. Please just connect it later to the wires so it's not getting overheating. We want to focus on this fuse box back here. So I'll open it, right and left, and then you have all the legend in here. So there's a wire from the headlights come already with a little fuse in here, which is good. I'm not saying that's bad. When we open it, it's a 10 amp fuse, so that's great. I did not use fuse 10 as the manufacturer set or the seller set. I did use number 34. In 34, it looks like is the one we need to go with. So that means, what does it look like here? This is the wire I'm using, as I mentioned. So I'm using the fuse. Here we go. The lower one is from the factory. The upper one, where you cannot barely read the 10, that's the one I put in, and I just plugged it in right here behind this bigger relay. It's hard to see, I'm sorry about that. Number 34 is up here. Perfect. Since I had to figure it out first, I did already everything on the right side. I did use the wire which we routed all the way through, right? It's connected back here. I also connected already the blinker light to the side of the fender, and I will show you everything how it works on the other side, because there's some wiring needed for that. If you don't want to use this amber light, the blinker, just don't wire it up. No need to do that. Let me show you on this side first, and then we'll put everything back together. So it means I have connected already the daytime running light. So here you see my yellow wires. I did already route them, but I'll show you step by step how I did route them. You need to tap in the white and green light, and the white and the green. So you would use this wire there, which is attached to the new headlights. You would just route it in here, and going around here, you need to, ideally you loosen this bolt up here. There's one clip here, there's one up here, those two, and then you can bend it back. And then you can basically look into this, and there is a wire. Sorry, it's a mess because I did already start with another installation a month back, as I mentioned. So just this white green wire, that's the one you want to tap in. Wrap everything up, put electric tape around it, and you can get the wire through back here. Basically, there's a little hole, and I would recommend one of those wire strippers. But I'm testing it now if it works before I close everything up. That seems to be pretty good. Sorry about it's light outside. There you go. Looks good. Let me seal everything up. I'll use electric tape as well as this auto-grade tape. I'll show you how it looks afterwards. Let me try to show you what I did. Hope you can see it. So here are the wires, and as mentioned, using this tape, which makes it a little more look like factory. We'll plug this one back in here when you connect it, and then we have the wire. Try to have it as loose as possible, but also as tight as possible with zip tie. I use zip tie, which is heat resistant, or better heat resistant. Going up here, I will tie it to this bracket as well here. Going underneath here. Then I did zip tie it up here. Have it up here so it's not falling into the radiator. Then it's coming out here. Zip tied it to this one. I will zip tie it one more. Then it's going down here. I'll zip tie it. I will also connect those by down, and then now I have to do the job here. Basically the wire which goes back from here into the fuse box, and that's kind of personal preference how you do that. Up to you how you want to do that. But the wire needs to enter and exit here on this side, so I'm doing that now, and then I'm closing everything up. One thing I changed, I did take off this fuse which they delivered with it, because we're connecting it right into a fuse, so I decided not to do that. Alright, let's put it all back together. Let's use our factory screws as well as blue Loctite, if you have it. Careful to not squeeze in this paper, this protective, but there we go. Alright, I'll be using this Loctite. Now connecting it here. All the positions, make sure it lines up everything. Hand tighten it in. And now you want to use your wrench and carefully hand tighten everything. All right, number one. Don't over tighten them as well. Alrighty, I think you got it. Nice. Let me give you one cool adjustment. This one. There you can adjust the height. That's something you have to do afterwards. Make sure all the clips are in. Vicryl. Align them carefully. Everything looks good. Done. There we are. Got it. What an upgrade. Look at that. What a freaking upgrade. Love it. Dang, look at that. What a clean installation. That looks amazing. Wow. I'm impressed. Look at that. They look awesome. Let's see how long they hold and how good they hold. If you made it until here, I want to give you a little summary. I want to give you my opinion about it. And as you know, my premature opinion, because I didn't drive it a lot, but so this installation for me, because I did it a second time, was fairly easy. You saw the yellow wires, which I did already pre-install before a couple months back. But when you just use your black wires, the T-tabs, as I mentioned as well, it's super easy. It's not a big deal. You should be able to do it, even though I didn't show you how to use T-tabs, but it's something which you will find in the internet plenty. So that's not a problem. I do actually like that you can just install the low beam, high beam headlight if you want to. You don't have to use the blinker. They didn't even advertise that online, which I was surprised. But it's a great feature. I love it, and I'm happy it does work. And they actually, in my opinion, they do look like the original OEM headlights, which I was looking for so much, and I really hope those are quality. They will last very long. So far, it feels really good. That's what I can say. Additionally, in a video from the seller on Amazon, they did talk about a Fuse 10, which I figured out. I actually did install it first in Fuse 10. It didn't work as they advertised. There's a difference between the Rubicon, between the Unlimited Sport, it looks like. I have no idea what the difference is. I figured out that it's Fuse 34 as I showed you and as I installed it, and it works. It just works as it should. So that's great. What I also love about it, you can adjust the angle a little bit, the height. So when you have a heavy load or whatever and your car is just tilting a little bit, that means you can adjust the angle and people not flashing at you all the time. So that's awesome. They look like the factory adjustments, like on the other OEM headlights, so that's cool. So we'll see. I'm happy that I can adjust it. I did not had to adjust it first time. I did drive it tonight. It was just working fine. Every time I try to see it in a reflection in a car in front of me, if everything works, if blinker works, and all those kind of things, if the DRL is on, all those things, and I love it. To make those headlights authentic, you see this blue ring, right? And this blue ring is specific to those headlights. I would say I have never seen it before. It's not in the OEM, so you can tell those are different. But it's only coming up as an introduction light. I don't have a problem with that. I like blue sometimes, so that's nice. I'm really excited about the headlights. They look awesome. They feel quality so far. I will have a follow-up video, pretty sure, because I just have to see how they hold. So it might take a couple months before I do a video. If nothing happens before. If something happens before, of course, I will let you know. But the price tag is pretty hefty for those, but it's still cheaper than the OEM. Link in the description below, so in case you want to see that. I hope it was as detailed as I can make it. It's sometimes hard with the camera angles and whatnot. And also when you face those issues during the installation, and it's like, oh, are you kidding me? And it's different described, so you have to figure out what it is. So I hope you were able to follow. If not, leave some comments and let me know what you need, or if I can make it maybe better. And the last sentence is regarding the configuration. There's a video coming out as well, because that might be something you will need, depending on your Jeep Wrangler JL. I don't know if you have an Unlimited Sport like I do. I was told from the seller and manufacturer, you have to turn off DRL, which I was surprised because I never used it, because I don't have it. So what I did, I tried to figure out, do I have to go to the dealer? Are they able to do that? Of course, again, you have to pay a lot of money for that. So I tried to figure out, there are 3 different options. I figured out, and I tried to go with the cheapest, so there will be a follow-up video. This video will actually help you maybe when you change tire sizes and stuff like that, to adjust that as well. There's a lot of stuff you can adjust with this I figured out, and I think I have a good solution. It might be good for you. So this video will not only disable DRL or check if it is disabled already, but it also will help you, enable you to change settings in your car. I shouldn't say it too loud. I don't know how legal it is. So maybe, I'm stopping you. Thanks for watching. I hope that helped a lot. Subscribe to the channel. That would help me a lot. More Jeep stuff is coming up pretty soon, as well as some solar and renewable energy stuff, which I will put on the car, around the car, and everywhere else. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Tschüss!